I gotta
You
get
forgot
that.
smile.
Ah, that's hard now, smile. Hi, I'm Billy Weiss, and I'm the drug-free pharmacist, also known as the wellness pharmacist. And I'm here today to introduce you to the very first show of the Lifestyle Construction. This show is going to be all about you getting your questions answered on how to obtain optimal health, wellness, and fitness. I went to pharmacy school at the University of North Carolina, and I went there with the intention of being able to help people get well as a pharmacist. And what I soon discovered in practicing traditional pharmacy was, not only did I not have the time to talk to the customer and understand what was going on with them, I didn't really have the knowledge or the know-how of how to really help you get well. What I did learn was how to help you be maintained on prescription drugs forever. And that doesn't seem like a good outcome when you really look at the details of how that works. I decided to go back to school, and I obtained a fellowship in metabolic and nutritional medicine. In doing so, now I'm really able to help people learn how to get well. So what the Lifestyle Construction show and program is all about is how to help you get well. Each week on the show, I'll be answering questions that people send in on social media, and I will be giving you ideas each week on ways to improve your health, wellness, and fitness. I started the Lifestyle Construction program really out of necessity. My wife and I had always been healthy and into fitness and doing a lot of exercise, but we understood that even as healthy as we seemingly were, that we could feel better and have even better results. As I started going through this fellowship in metabolic and nutritional medicine, I started learning more about how to have the best water and the best supplements, the best food, and how to rest and recover well. So that led me to experiment with all these things with my family and I. And so I know they work not only for the thousands of people that have been through the program and had amazing results, but I know they work because my family uses them on a daily basis. There's basically 5 pillars that we want you to follow in the Lifestyle Construction program. Pillar 1 is God-given quality foods. We want you to eat real foods that are of the highest quality. Pillar 2 is the best nutritional supplements in the world. I've actually formulated a group of supplements that are foundational to everybody's health. Pillar 3 is water. Water makes up the majority of our bodies, and it's very important to fill the majority of our bodies with the right water. Pillar 4 is science-based exercise. We need to make sure that we're not only exercising properly, but that we're getting the most benefit out of the time spent. I know and totally understand that all of us are extremely busy today, and we don't have a lot of time, and we certainly don't want to be wasting time when we're exercising. So we're going to teach you how to exercise to get maximum gain in a minimal amount of time. Pillar 5 is rest and recovery. Look, we just talked about how busy we are as Americans today. I just mentioned it. And it's amazing to me how many of us just totally forget that the body needs to rest and recover. And it's important for our hormones to reset, for our cells to cleanse themselves, for our mind to rest. And when we don't take the time for that, and that's the easiest thing it seems for us to neglect, the body will suffer. The health, wellness, and fitness will suffer. So I'm very excited that you're here today, and I hope that you will enjoy the program. All right, let's get into the questions. Our very first question of the show comes from Wayne.
Wayne asks, is it possible for a skinnier person to be more obese than a heavier person? If so, Please explain.
Wayne, thanks for the question. That's a great question. Skinny obesity is actually an epidemic in America. So while I can't say that a skinny person would be more obese than a person we would typically look at and say they're fat or obese, I can say that in many instances it can be more dangerous. A thin person does not equate to a healthy or a fit person. Skinny obesity can create a situation where we have what's called white fat or visceral adipose tissue that is the most dangerous kinds of fat, because many times it is wrapped around our organs or can be stored around our organs. This can create a huge problem. As a matter of fact, estimates show today that there's over 90 million Americans with fatty liver. Now those folks may be overweight or obese, but they certainly in many cases will be people that we would look at and think that they were thin, or many people may refer to them as skinny. That doesn't equate to health though. When you have fat around your liver or fat around your heart or fat in the organs of your body, that's actually more dangerous than the fat that we see on our bellies and around other parts of our body. I think it's important not to equate thin or skinny with fit, just as it doesn't always mean if I'm carrying a little bit of extra weight that I have that white fat around my organs. Brown fat is actually metabolic active fat that helps us regulate temperature and burn white fat off the body. So burn the fat that we see off our body, burn the fat that's dangerous that we can't see off our body. I want you to think about something. There was a runner, a really good marathoner, his name was Jim Fixx, and he also had written several books. And he had the philosophy that he could eat basically anything that he liked because he could run a marathon in under 4 hours, and he thought that made him prone to never have a heart attack. And actually, at the age of only 52, he died of a heart attack. Now, unfortunately for Jim, the interesting facts were that when they did the autopsy, they found many blockages in his arteries. And I think that certainly we could look at it today based on the science and say that was probably contributed to the fact that while we thought he was fit, he thought because he could run and did run on a daily basis that he could eat whatever he wanted. And so what we need to take from this question and conversation, I think, is that the diet, what we eat, has a major factor in our health on the inside that we may not be able to see from the outside.
David asks, what about paleo bread, and what's better, coconut or almond flour?
Coconut flour and almond flour are certainly good choices, and much better choices actually than traditional white or wheat flours that we would find in most stores. While we don't want to make flour of any type a staple in our daily diet, it is on occasion good to have healthy alternatives for our recipes. Almond flour and coconut flour are both viable options. Another great flour that we use at our house most often is sweet rice flour. It has some great advantages over the traditional flours again, and usually is more non-allergenic. Sometimes people can have nut allergy issues with an almond flour. Also has a higher ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s than does coconut flour or sweet rice flour. That's not to say that almond flour is a bad flour and you shouldn't use it. That's to say that omega-6s in certain people especially can create more inflammatory issues. So if you have a recipe that has almond flour in it and you feel that your joints hurt the next day or two, or you feel more stuffiness or a skin condition may creep up that you haven't seen in a while, just know that coconut flour or sweet rice flour may be a better option at that point. Just think that we want to use even those what we'll call healthier choices of flours, again, on a limited basis and only occasionally in recipes. Let's don't be using them on a daily basis. I want to give you a lifestyle construction tip of the week. The very first tip of the week is going to be drink water. Water makes up about 75% of a healthy adult human body. Water is obviously an important component of what we're made up of. Today I see so many people that drink soft drinks and drink energy drinks and drink teas and coffees. So what I want to ask you to do over the next week is try to eliminate soft drinks, try to eliminate energy drinks, try to limit your teas and coffees and drink more water. If you can try to drink at least half of your body weight to 3/4 of your body weight in ounces daily for the next week, giving up the sodas and the energy drinks, I want you to think about how you feel, about how you think, about how your energy levels are. And I think that you'll see that your energy levels will be steadier, your thought processes will be clearer and quicker, and that you'll just have a great week and an easy transition to more optimal health, wellness, and fitness. Thank you so much for joining us today for the very first episode of the Lifestyle Construction Show. Now, I would like to ask you to send your questions to us on our social media links that are below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, share this with the folks that you know can benefit from these tips and hearing these questions answered. And please go to billyweiss.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Thank you so much.